Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux.
Hi. Good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of La République du Cameroun, and the beautiful people of British Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have come to talk about 20th May. 20th May that they celebrated in La République du Cameroun as a day of national unity. But the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, 20th May is the day of annexation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, my job as a leader of opposition is to scrutinize and hold the government to account. I have to criticize them. It is constitutional. And opposition in Britain, in America, in European countries, they are being paid to criticize the government, to make sure that the government does not abuse power, to make sure that the government is accountable, because the government is there to represent the people, and the money that governments they use is not their money, it's taxpayers' money. They have to use it for the benefit and interest of the people. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go to our topic of today, I want to make this clear. There are people who go about sharing images 7 years ago when I went to demonstrate because our university students were raped by Mr. Bia's gendarmes, bees at Boya University. They were raped, beaten. I went to protest. I was protesting again because our lawyers, they were beaten. You saw another lawyer on his knees, an Anglophone lawyer. I was protesting again because the teachers, they were beaten, arrested, locked up with other people. I protest. That is what opposition political party they do. Ladies and gentlemen, I must warn all those of you who are sharing pictures of myself and others saying that we are terrorists. Take note that you are inciting terrorism, because terrorism is defined as using unlawful violence, especially against civilians, for political goal. So when you are in the DDR or you are supporting the government of La République du Cameroun, then you are taking picture of innocent people who were protesting in the UK. Take note, you cannot use unlawful violence in the street of UK. They will arrest you. So if you take my picture, you put it on social media and say we are terrorists, do you know what it means? You're inciting violence, and it's libelous It is deformation of character. I screenshot those things. I've been doing that for years now. When the time comes, there is no statutory limit for criminal liability, which means whether all the things you're doing is criminal, what you're saying about me, whether it's 1 million years you're still alive, they will still charge you in a court of law. Because you see, the Nazis criminal, they are still charging them if they catch them. Nazis, they are still charging them. So sometimes, when I go and protest in London, you put my picture, and I saw someone, a senior person I respect a lot, I was growing up with, a medical doctor, sharing my picture, writing that terrorism there. It is very dangerous because when I want to hit, I will hit back. I'm a professional person in the UK. The government, they see what I'm doing. My professional body, they know what I'm doing. They know that I'm doing politics. I criticize the policies of the government of La Republique du Cameroun. So keep on doing it. When the time comes, I've been having it, screenshotting, keeping all those things. When I'm ready, each and every one of you who are doing those rubbish, you will pay for. And some of you, you think a lawyer in the United Kingdom will be doing something against the law. Do you think so? Sometimes you take, oh, this man burned a flag. Ladies and gentlemen, the laws in the United Kingdom, if I burn something, whether it's British flag, Nigerian flag, it is my property. You cannot be charged for criminal damage for burning your own property. Whether it's a flacco, I can take my car, I can burn it. I can burn my mobile phone. It can only become criminal if I go and burn something that belongs to another person. So we live in a country, in the Cameroons, that's why I say some of us, we are so backwards that we don't reason. They think Maitre Mola Alex Divelisinga will come and stand and be talking charabia. I know what I'm saying. Like today, our topic is about the annexation of British Cameroon. When you use that word, some people will say, no, they never annexed us. Ladies and gentlemen, 20th May is the day that they annexed British Cameroonians. And I will tell you, it is English. It is not Bulu language. It's not Mukwe. It's not Lanso. So when I use English word here, if you don't understand the meaning, that's why we have dictionary. Annexation refers to the incorporation of a territory and its people into another sovereign state. Incorporation of a territory and its people in a sovereign state. Was La Republique a sovereign state? Yes. And there are two types of annexation. Two types. Most of you don't know because I come and give you free lectures. You think I'm joking. I am the only leader of opposition party in the Cameroon that knows what is opposing a government. Nobody else knows. They sit there, they disappear, they reappear after election. You have to be scrutinizing and holding the government to account on a daily basis. And that's what British Cameroon National Party leader is doing. There are two types of annexation. Legitimate annexation is one of them, and unlawful annexation. So when people come and say, no, British Cameroonians, they were not annexed, how many of you know that there's a legitimate annexation and unlawful annexation? I've already told you what annexation is. Incorporation of another territory and its people into a sovereign state of another state rather. So that's annexation. Okay, most of you want to know now what's legitimate annexation. This can be done when you sign a union treaty with some people. It's legitimate annexation. Scotland and England, they signed a union treaty. Act of Union 300 years ago. That's legitimate annexation. There is also what they call unlawful annexation. That's forcibly take control over another territory. it is generally considered as illegal under international law. When it comes to British Cameroons, why I say it was unlawful annexation, I'll give you my reason. Yes, we had a referendum. That referendum was legitimate. We are in between. And we were supposed to sign something like a treaty. We did not. So I would say it was unlawful annexation. My point is, when it comes to annexation, did La République du Cameroun have a separate political authority? Yes. Did La République du Cameroun have a separate international boundary? Yes. Did La République du Cameroun have a separate population? Yes. That's the answer. It's the truth. It's a fact. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Okay. British Cameroon too had a separate political authority. Am I lying? We know that. They had separate international boundary. Am I lying? No. And they had a separate population. Okay. That's the point. We had different institutions in the two countries. I often make it that the definition of a country is clear: political authority, territory, and a population. Full stop. You don't need to be independent to be a country. I've made that clear. So when I come here, I'm not here to just talk. I'm not inciting any violence. I'm scrutinizing and holding the government of La République du Cameroun to account, because they have annexed us. And we want to be free, to be equal status. La République du Cameroun had different institutions from British Southern Cameroon. It's a fact. I'm not lying. British Cameroons had different institutions from La République du Cameroun. The two countries had different names, have different prime ministers, have different national assembly. We had House of Chiefs. Different country, different people. Am I lying? No. So 20th May is the day of annexation. Britain, United Kingdom have got these four countries. England knows its boundary inside the United Kingdom. Scotland knows its boundary. For more than 300 years, nobody have changed it. Nobody have changed any person's name. Scotland is still Scotland. England is still England. La République du Cameroun is still La République du Cameroun. Where is British Cameroon? Annexation. Ladies and gentlemen, you can kill people who are fighting peacefully, but you cannot kill ideology. I don't hate Atanganji. I don't hate Paul Biya. I love Mr. Biya. Me. I love Ngongo. I love Ayolo. I love Famdongo. They are my people. But when you do politics, it's a profession. That's one thing we should know in Cameroon. Politics is a profession. I just use my own word. The Constitution of Cameroon says you're free to express yourself, free for your opinion, you're free to associate with whoever you want. Nobody should stop you. Article 65 of the Constitution of La République du Cameroun. I'm not talking about the Constitution of the United Kingdom. I'm not. So that's a fact. Okay. What battles me is that two countries, they came together. I don't know. Pamuna, Foncha, Fonkashang, they are not alive. I would have liked to ask them that two of countries are coming together. Who decided that Aijo should be the president? Why is it that Foncha or Dr. Endeli did not be the president of Federal Republic of Cameroon? Why? Two people come together, anybody can be. A Scottish man have been a prime minister in the United Kingdom. An English man have been. A man from Wales can be. A man from Northern Ireland. So why is it that it was only La République? Is it because they were the majority in terms of population? No, you don't put a president because of that. Because Dr. Endele was more qualified, educated, smart. In 1950, you already have PhD. That tells you how many people in Africa had PhD in 1950. So the smart choice would have been Dr. Endele to me. But these people, they think, oh, because we are majority. Okay, that's not the point. The most important thing I want to talk about is that we both have different institutions. Scotland have got different institutions, some from the United Kingdom, but they are together in one United Kingdom. Scotland have got their own Scottish pounds. Has that divided them? No. Are they not still united? They are still united. Scotland, I have, where is my distance? I'll show you something. Okay, I'll show you something. Okay, this is, I don't know that this is this one. Okay, I have my certificate. We call this practicing certificate as a lawyer. You must have it before you practice here. They sent it to me because I'm a solicitor for England and Wales. They sent it to me two language, Wales language, which is different. Let me call it their country talk, and English language. Because they are two different countries. They have their own language. So, I'm telling you that in La République du Cameroun, we have English. We just say Cameroun est bilingue. Cameroun is not bilingual. Cameroun uses two foreign official languages, and we are multilingual. Because they are not using Mungaka, or Douala, or Bulu, officially, it doesn't mean that we are bilingual. We are multilingual. These are mistakes that all government officials, they do make in the Cameroons. And if you don't understand certain things, it's difficult to run a country. Okay. They were using their France CFA. We were using our, I'm sure, let me call it sterlings or what, or shillings or whatsoever they were using at that time. They had their ENAM from France, which is for administrators or whatsoever. They train administrators, civil servants to come and be governor. We elect governors in our own place. We don't use ENAM graduates. We use a civil court to try civilians. La République uses military tribunal to try civilians. They use gendarmerie, that's armed police officer. We use police officer who are not arms in British Cameroon. They use their Napoleonic code, what they call penal code today. France still use it. It was made by Napoleon Bonaparte. They are still using it in France, and they are using it in Cameroon. But we are using our own civil law, common law. We had our central bank. They don't have central bank. Their central bank is BEAC with other French countries. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to talk about national unity, everybody should keep their own institution. Scotland have got their own money. They have got their own football club. Their laws are different from the laws in England. Are they not still United Kingdom? Hawaii, Texas, California in America, they have different laws. Are they not still United States of America? So why is it that it is in the Cameroons where we have 250 dialects that will come together? Aija was saying, oh, they say it was expensive. No, you don't look at federalism or decentralization. You don't look at it based on expensiveness. You look at it, are these people a homogeneous society or a heterogeneous society? In the Cameroons, we are not homogeneous. You can say a country like Senegal, they are homogeneous. Their culture is similar. You can say Congo, Zaire, Democratic Republic of Congo, maybe they are a little bit homogeneous. They are similar. But we in the Cameroons, we are heterogeneous. Our culture is too different. That beside the French and English, we still have other different traditions and customs. So you cannot abolish federalism on the basis that it was expensive. Automatically, a heterogeneous society should go with decentralization and federalism because everyone needs to practice their custom and tradition. That is unity. Unity in diversity. But when you say everybody in this house must eat okra or mbanga soup, that's disunity. That's disunity. It's a fact. When I was growing up, I was not eating okra. Me, when they cook, my mom cook, they has to make sure they cook something else for me. That was unity. But if you say, let me say your family is so big, 10 people, every day is fufu and okra, fufu and okra. Somebody will rebel in that house one day. One day. Or somebody will not eat. Somebody will die of hunger if they don't eat certain things. But if you're privileged, they will say, okay, we have different things. Some houses, they used to put tray. I used to see it in Boya when I was going, especially in party. Everybody would eat on that plate, children in birthday when I was young. When you put that food in the same tray, rice, some people will eat more, or they will eat more meat or beef than other people who are not faster. But when you put a plate, everybody have got their own plate. You eat separately, it is unity. But when you put that food in a tray, everybody must eat that. The fight is disunity. So when you think one size fits all, monotheism in the Cameroons is disunity. We cannot unite by using the same system, all of us. We cannot unite by saying that we must use French institution. We cannot unite by we must use money from France. We cannot. Unity doesn't mean we must use the same thing. Unity doesn't mean we must speak the same language. British Cameroon National Party have got a policy. Equal states to respect the two countries that came together. Then you decentralize all the ethnicity. That's unity. I call it ethno-cultural democracy too. So two types. Equal status. We use our English institution in British Cameroon. You people use your French institution in La Republique du Cameroun. Then we decentralize power to all the ethnicity because we have different custom and tradition. British Cameroon National Party is the only party with a clear plan for the Cameroons. No other political party. But the truth why Dictator Ahidjo, the truth behind why Dictator Ahidjo annexed British Cameroon, I use annex. Pafoncha made it clear. Pafoncha made it clear that Ahidjo was not authorized to send gendarmes to British Cameroon. Pafoncha, Vice President, Prime Minister of British Cameroon. No. So that was what? Unlawful annexation. Pafoncha said immediately the British, they left, Ahidjo just sent their troops to enter Southern Cameroon. That's unlawful. You people have to agree. The police force in Liverpool have got nothing to do with police force in London. The police force in Manchester have got nothing to do with Coventry. The police force in Northern Ireland have got nothing to do with Scotland. They are different police. There's nothing called in Western world that Gendarmerie Nationale or Police Nationale. Every area you police them different because cultures are different. That's why I say the non-functional government and non-functional opposition, they don't know anything. They don't know how to govern. They don't know how to run the country. We, British Cameroon National Party, we are in government in waiting. We are an alternative. We have real policies. We have done our research for more than 30 years. The only reason Ahidjo annexed Dictator Ahidjo because he was a dictator. The only reason Dictator Ahidjo annexed British Cameroon was to make sure that colonialism continue. Colonialism was about exploiting our natural resources. So Ahidjo had already signed the cooperation agreement of 1959 between La République du Cameroun and France. In 1959, they were not even independent. So this cooperation agreement is everywhere, all over French African countries. When Algeria resists France, they forced them, they fought for their war of independence, Algerian War of Independence. They came to a conclusion. France signed the Evian Accord. You can go and check it, Evian Accord. We are going to exploit your oil, your natural resources. That's how they gave Algeria independence. So there was no independence. It was all still continuing exploiting you while we put some few choke eyes, coconut, poodles, puppets to be there while you're chopping. Then we are still taking the natural resources. Do you think the Cameroons cannot make chocolate with its cocoa? They cannot use their timber in the Cameroons. They cannot do their own diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you cannot do it, hire a German, hire an American, hire a British man or Europeans who have got that expertise to come to the Cameroons. Produce all of our natural resources there. Whether it's a French man producing it in Cameroon, let Nescafe come there. Let all this Glencoe, we don't need to export it. They will bring their plants or industry or what in Cameroon. What happens now? All of them, they will create jobs in the Cameroons. And our people will get jobs. Then they can export it later on to France and Europe, whether it's Nescafe, whether it's leather chairs or what, then they from Cameroon, they export it to their country. That is how a country can develop. But when you only export natural resources, you will never go anywhere. So that's the reason we are broke. That's the reason we are poor. Because we are still under the West. The West, they don't want us to manufacture our own product. They want us to remain that sugar slave plantation. That's our problem. And that's why you see people like Paul Biya and the rest, Aijo included, late Aijo, they will stay in power just to give our resources to these people. If you are patriotic, you love the people of Cameroon, you can say, are you an engineer from Cameroon? Are you whatever field, a medical doctor? Just like the football team, that they are bringing professional players from all over the world, Manchester United, European country, Arsenal, they are coming to play in La Republique national team. Why can you not bring all the best medical doctors, the best nurses, the best lawyers, the best architects to come back and come and develop our country? When they develop those countries, who are the people who are going to benefit? Our normal people. They are Cameroonians over the world, everywhere, that they can come and change that country under 1 year. But we have people who come and buy a Western car, they don't have roads. We have ocean, we cannot drink water. So ladies and gentlemen, don't be deceived. 20th May is not a national unity day. It's a national day of mourning for the people of British Cameroon. We have to mourn because we have been annexed. We are second-class citizens. You don't have to use French and English at the same time you translate this. In the United Kingdom, they don't talk about official language. Most people, they will say they speak English. You don't hear official language in the United Kingdom. If I go to any office in the United Kingdom, I say I cannot speak English. They will ask, do you speak? If it's Igbo or Yoruba, they will bring an interpreter. That's how we run a country. That's equality. Everybody have got access. It is not compulsory to speak French. If I go to an office in the Cameroons, I can speak Mokwe or Lamso or Bulu. They will look for an interpreter. That's how you run a country. Ladies and gentlemen, CNU rebranded CPDM. They don't know how to run the country. Maitre Molat Alex Ndivier Lissinger is ready. The leader of British Cameroon National Party is the only opposition political party that can replace the government of La République du Cameroun. Because if I am in power, what we will do, we are going to implement my policies, the policy of British Cameroon National Party. A government doesn't implement the policies, rather, of an opposition political party. That's why when we fought for multipartism, they gave us in theory. You fought for decentralization, they gave you in theory. You fought for GCE, but they gave you in theory. It's still Fam Dongo who is controlling all education in the Cameroons. But Scotland have got its own education. Northern Ireland have got its own education. You don't impose education on people. You allow professionals. University in the United Kingdom are autonomous. That is why you see most university in the United Kingdom. That's where they produce COVID medicine, vacuum, all these scientific things that we use in our houses. They produce them in the universities in the United Kingdom. Penicillin came from university. All these gadgets that we use at home, university in the United Kingdom are productive. University in La Republique de Cameroun is about learning Napoleon Bonaparte, English history, European history. How does it help us? How? They want us to fail. They don't want us to have sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, when somebody tells you, tell them that British Cameroon was annexed. Annexation is incorporating another territory and its people in a sovereign state, another sovereign state. So we were annexed. And there are two types of annexation: legitimate annexation and unlawful annexation. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, you will know. Maître Mola Alex Ndivelising is the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a good day. Thank you.
Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a rien. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Les attraper. Et après, quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les gagnants, les attraper. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là? C'est toi qui les avais nommés.